See, I told you, Sting's helping Hogan.
Delay of game here. And now, the World Heavyweight Champion.
Savage has hit the ring.
Savage is coming out. Oh, man.
What's he gonna do now?
Oh, no!
Here we go.
Stinger wants a piece of the world champion.
Look at Savage. Let's go. Let's see what you're made of. Come on, put him up.
Oh, man.
What is going on here?
Oh, man. We got a war.
Now Hogan's trying to be the referee.
Of course Sting wants your belt, Macho.
This thing is going to explode right between our very eyes. It's been building up for weeks.
And next Monday, the Giant takes on Savage. Starcade, I mean.
Where are we going? Where are we going? I'll tell you what, we're going to try to make this. All right, let's go now. Let's go to Gino. Take it, Gino.
All right, gentlemen, I thank you very much. Let's see if we can sort this out. Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Sting. You know, as far as I'm concerned, Sting, I don't know what's going on with you. You're friends with Luger, you're friends with Hogan, and apparently it doesn't sit well with anybody.
We got enough problems around here. Just listen to what's going on, man. I mean, give me a break. Stinger, what's going on with you guys, man? We need to be fighting them, not amongst ourselves.
Randy Savage, you know, you don't mind hanging around with Hulk Hogan. Why would you discourage him from having Lex Luger as a friend?
I don't like Lex Luger. In fact, I hate him, all right? Brother, what's going on? Just tell me straight up, man. That's a good right hook you got, but what's the deal?
But let's talk about it on national television here, Sting.
Listen, last week I hit Hogan, but afterwards I looked into his eyes. I knew he didn't mean it. I shoved my best friend aside, and in the heat of the battle and fight for my life, Macho Man, I hit you. The arms went up like that. I didn't know where you were coming from, so I started swinging. But let me tell you something. You gotta look into my eyes and know that I wish I could take it back, but I can't.
Brother, putting it aside. He just saved my rear end in here, man. He just saved my rear end.
And you hit him, Randy.
Cool it down, man. For self-preservation, man. WCW's up in it. I'm on suspension. You guys are in the triangle match. It's Flair, man.
I'll tell you what, emotions.
Always check the guy's eyes to see where they're coming from. And I'm the master of disaster of overreacting, and I know that it's a fault. But I say we all take a chill pill. And I think, subliminally, all the respect that I have for you is just unbelievable. Me and Hulk are talking about it. We don't want you to get away from us. I want you to stick with us all the way. Is that cool?
That's extremely cool.
Brothers, you gotta get by the Giant, man. You got the Giant, man. You might not even be the champion if you don't get your act together next week. Stinger, we need your help, man. He saved us, brother. He saved us tonight.
All right, gentlemen, I'm sorry. We are running short on time. You've got your work cut out for you, Randy Savage.
I've got giant problems, but in the same sense, we've all got giant problems. And let's stick together, dig it?
We're going to come back.
All right, that's it. I thank you very much.
We're going to come back. We're going to go over here, but
Thank you very much. We're going to be back with more
We gotta
on
get this
Nitro after
straightened out.
this.
We gotta get this straightened out.
All right, guys. Woo! Man, you talk about a barn burner. I'll tell you what, this one was out of control. Let's try to figure it out. First of all, we know that next week, right here on Nitro, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, must face the Giant. The WCW World Heavyweight title will be on the line. That means that, in all possibilities, at Starcade, coming up on pay-per-view December 27th, it could be the Giant as the World Heavyweight Champion. Randy Savage on the shelf, Flair, Sting, and Luger all vying for a shot at the Giant. It could happen. It could happen here beginning on Nitro next week.
Well, next Monday night, I predict you're going to see a new heavyweight champion of the world. Savage has that bum arm. His arm's in bad shape. His mind's in bad shape. He don't know who he can trust. The Giant is thinking straight because he's got the Taskmaster behind him. And at Starcade, if it's going to be Flair, if it's going to be Luger, or if it's going to be Sting, whoever it's going to be is going to have to wrestle the Giant. Because next Monday night, it's over for Savage, and it's just the beginning for the Giant.
I want to talk a little bit with Steve about next Monday night because we know the Giant is here going after the WCW World Heavyweight title. Hulk Hogan is going to be here, and you heard Hogan say he's worried about being suspended. Fact is, he's on probation, along with a lot of athletes here, including Flair, including the Giant.
Well, let me tell
But
you,
he's
baby,
worried about it.
Tempers have been flaring. You don't know what's going to happen. You're going to push a fist, but you're going to do whatever it takes. But let me tell you one thing about this. The Four Horsemen got their act together, and Mr. Wonderful found out they got back up. Sting, Hogan, and Macho better get their act together and be back up for each other, or the Dungeon of Doom and the Four Horsemen will take care of business.
We'll see you here next week, WCW Monday Nitro Live.
For the first time ever on WWE Network, relive nearly 100 hours of WCW's flagship show right from the start. WCW Monday Nitro. Watch it anytime, on demand, exclusively on WWE Network.
He was just on fire all the time. You couldn't help but be inspired by his energy.
He was so unique and so amped.
Just as fast as he would run to the ring, he was gone.
You don't know what you have until you don't have it.
The Ultimate Warrior will continue to run into the hearts and minds of fans throughout generations to come. That his essence, his spirit, will be immortalized.
An exclusive first look at WWE's latest home video, Ultimate Warrior, Always Believe. Next, exclusively on WWE Network.
Saturdays.
WWE Universe, get ready!
In the ring.
I'm busted.
Out of the ring.
The future's uncertain.
Get the most out of this experience.
And everything in between. Awesome. Catch up on an entire week of WWE in 30 action-packed minutes. This week in WWE, Saturdays at 2 on WWE Network.
You ready for some action?
The unbelievable battles.
They're two Undertakers.
The indescribable action.
And look what they're putting themselves through here! Through the ladder, oh my Lord!
They are the most outrageous matches of all time. You never know what you're gonna get.
This is totally out of hand.
Anytime on demand. Find out if your pick made the countdown.
Get ready.
Countdown. Watch anytime on demand exclusively on WWE Network.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Sorry,
I presume.
Rick Rude!
It's time for the Generation X!
Boy, this guy gets around!
Security device.
Rick
I just
Rude
need to figure so
had performed on a taped episode of Monday Night Raw, but would secretly sign with WCW. And in a sports entertainment first, one talent would appear on both Raw and Nitro.
Oh, holy smokes! Rick Rude! Rick Rude?
When Rude, jump ship in the middle of the night, it's funny because it's like, he's gonna be on both shows. Because our show is taped, then word is he's gonna show up live on their show tonight.
Rick Rude walks into Nitro.
Timing is everything, isn't it? It's a situation where we could just drive home the point one more time that Nitro was happening now, it was live, it was current, and what was going on Raw was old, history.
Oh, what a difference a day makes!
Yeah, and of course everybody's like, oh, what's they gonna do? I'm like, who cares? What are we gonna get? That was the thing. DX was real life dope. Who cares?
My God, Rude Shrunk!
They had me walk out the next week with a suit like him and a suitcase like him. Probably like a little dig at Rude. Like, look how easily we replaced your character, Rick. And DX beat me up and threw me out of the ring.
Lord knows
That was a tough spot to fill.
Well, there goes Handsome Harvey.
He wasn't the foundation of it. There's only two guys that need to be there all the time. That's me and Hunter. And that was never going to change.
There are extreme sports. And then there are extreme rules.
We blasted through, of course.
One night of the year, WWE gets extreme. WWE Extreme Rules, Sunday, April 26th, live right here on WWE Network.
Can you trust her? I am not my mother. I don't know why Benezia joined Saren. I don't want anything to
quote the
do
Ultimate
with that
Warrior,
turd.
She was with Saren, the Geth wouldn't
no
be trying to kill her.
WWE talent becomes a legend on their own.
Get out of this place?
Every man's
There is
heart,
an elevator
one
back in the
day,
center of the tower.
reaches its final
At
beat.
least I think it's an elevator.
His lungs
It should take us out
breathe
of
the
here. Come
final
on.
breath. And if what that man did in his life makes the
I
blood
still
pulse
cannot
through the
believe
body
this.
of others,
Why would the
makes
Geth
them
come after
bleed
me?
deeper
Do you
than
think
something
Benezia's
larger
involved?
than life. His
Saren's
essence,
looking for the conduit.
his spirit,
Think fast, Miss
will be
Protein expert.
immortalized
The conduit, but I don't
by the
know.
storytellers, by the loyalty, by the memory of those
What
who
the hell
honor
was
him,
that?
and make the running the man did live forever.
These ruins are not stable. That
Just one day
laser
after
must have
delivering
triggered
those
a
prophetic
seismic
remarks, the Ultimate Warrior passed away.
event. We have to
However,
hurry.
from the
whole
moment the
place is
Ultimate
getting
Warrior
in.
was born
Joker.
to the night he
Aye,
spoke
aye.
to the
Then be
WWE
close.
Universe for the final time, Warrior led a generation of followers in his blazing trail, all aspiring to feel the power of the Ultimate Warrior. I've had the privilege of being surrounded by some of the more larger-than-life personas in WWE history, but no one can hold a candle to the Ultimate Warrior's intensity, his passion, and his spirit. The Warrior Way, or how the Ultimate Warrior lived his life, was an inspiration to anyone and everyone that ever met him. An inspiration to push harder, to strive for perfection,
Whatever
to
it is
be
you want, you are not
a
getting
warrior.
from me.
The
We're
warrior
not
will
trying to deal with
indeed
this idiot.
live
Charge!
forever, as the memory of his bright war paint is our light in the darkness. His intensity, the guiding hand of our integrity, and his power, a reminder to you that the warrior lives inside of all of us. So tonight, we celebrate in true warrior fashion. We celebrate the human personification of a superhero by taking a first look at the Ultimate Warrior story. Its title epitomizes exactly who the Ultimate Warrior was and will be in our hearts and minds forever. Always believe.
Every man's heart one day beats its final beat. His lungs breathe their final breath. And if what that man did in his life makes the blood pulse through the body of others, it makes them bleed deeper in something than larger than life, then his essence, his spirit will be immortalized.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
Joker pulled our asses out of there.
I think he's
Being
earned the
back
right to a few
here
bad
in
jokes.
New Orleans this many
I see.
months later
It must be
is
a
bittersweet.
human
To
I
walk
don't have a lot
in
of
to
experience
the
dealing with your
airport
species
where he
now,
was so well
but I am
received
grateful to
and
you.
so excited
You saved
to
my
be
life
back
there.
home with
And not
people
just from
that
the
he
volcano.
loved and
Those Geth would have killed me
looking
or
at the
dragged me off to
reconciliations
Saren.
that would soon
What did Saren want with you? Do you know
be
something about the
inevitable.
conduit?
It was a strange thing to walk through with my girls, but we did it because, just like him, it's like coming home for us. It's like remembering where he was most alive, and I thought it was a really important thing to see. And so coming back and walking into the Smoothie King Center, where he came and had such a warm reception, made me remember that he had a plan, and he had a destiny, and now he has a legacy. And coming back to the WWE, he came home. He was able to be with people that he loved and that he missed and that he respected, and he was able to be with the Warriors once again, all the legion of fans who have been so incredibly supportive and never ever let him down. And I know he would want me to thank you all for supporting him and for loving him and for never giving up. And as he always said, you were the people who would always believe. And I want you to know that no matter how hard it is, that his legacy is not over. It lives on in the girls that he loves so much. And even though I always love to be the behind-the-scene person, it lives on in me too, because he gave me a spirit of a warrior, just like he did it for you.
The answer's been standing in front of you
and the
whole
girls.
Time. The Protheans were wiped out by a race of machines, the Reapers.
He's back home now.
The Reapers?
He's in Parts Unknown.
How do you know this?
And I have no doubt in my mind that he's shaking the ropes there too. He's just behind a different curtain.
Prime. It burned a vision into my brain.
In a different kind of arena. But he lives on in our heart.
Yes, that makes sense.
And I will never let him down.
Not programmed to interact with human physiology.
And I will always believe.
I am surprised you were able to make any sense of it at all.
It's just a bunch of random images, even after I got the cipher.
The cipher?
Some Asari mumbo jumbo.
They say life is a dress rehearsal.
Like the Prothean. I don't know if it worked though. The cipher altered
I got to become a character and to rehearse what I want my life to be.
And this was something another Asari did.
And people look up to you, you're larger than life.
Commander, with your
there's responsibility that comes
I would like to try something. You were touched by the beacon.
You get to do that, you get that opportunity to do that, then you should be able to go out in the real world and handle a simple thing like life.
But you still cannot put all the pieces of the puzzle together. I might be able to help you.
I'll do whatever it takes to stop Sarah.
Like the Asari who gave you the cipher, I can join my consciousness to yours. Maybe my knowledge of the Protheans will help clarify the vision.
It's worth a shot.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity.
You know, I have a lot of emotion about coming back, and I think there's a great story to tell here that's real, and it's got all kinds of highs and lows, and good, bad, and ugly. I mean, throughout the years, I never thought to myself that eventually it will happen.
All my research
that it will all come together where I end up going back.
I am sorry. The images were so vivid. I never imagined the experience would be so intense. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have
He's like a runaway locomotive when he gets going!
Come on, get to the point.
Nobody enters a ring like the Ultimate Warrior.
Must have been badly damaged.
The wildness of this Ultimate Warrior is going to eat you alive! One of the all-time icons here in the World Wrestling Federation! That's the Deuce
touched by the beacon on Eden Prime. He probably came after me because he feared I could help you understand. I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision. What was there next? Finding the missing portion, and I am confident I can put all the pieces together.
Superstars there's ever been in the WWE.
We've already got every
I was
other
a huge
non-human
fan,
species on
and
board.
looking back on it
Might as well add
now,
Nasari to
it's
the team.
perfect to catch anyone's eye, from a seasoned fan to a young child like myself when I began seeing
I'm afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
He looked like an
When was the
action
last time
figure,
you ate
and he looked
or
like something out of a
slept?
comic book, and he had
Dr.
so much
Chop
energy, it was just infectious.
It is probably
The Ultimate Warrior
just
was
not
probably
hurt to be
one of the
examined
most
by a medical
intense,
professional. It will give me the chance to
characters that there has
think
ever
things
been
over.
in the
Are we
WWE.
We can talk
I'd say
again.
he's probably the most intense, passionate
You'll be
man
patched through
that there's
council?
ever been, ever in existence.
Don't bother.
Aye, aye.
Listen to the ovation just for the Ultimate Warrior.